You know, I'm not gonna lie, I'm a little disappointed that the new KV1S camo, which we'll be talking about today, is on a tier 6 and not a tier 10, because this is one of the coolest camos I've seen Wargaming release in a while. I love the way we can see, like, on the front, it looks like the paint is literally floating off the barrel, kind of like glitching around the tank. It looks freaking epic. We can see that's all around the turret as well. The design is really cool. And not only that, but it's animated. We can see that there is obviously kind of like streaks of light rushing down the tank. This camo looks epic. It's very rare for me to really like a camo. Now, obviously, it's because it's kind of got my colors, but it doesn't take away from the fact that Wargaming did a really good job on the KV1S camo, and that's why we're playing in it today. It's just a little disappointing that it's on a tier 6 and not a tier 10. I think a vehicle like the VZ55, which currently has a pretty trash legendary camo, would have benefited heavily from having something like this on the vehicle. So we're going to see just what the KV1S can do today. It's easily one of the strongest tanks in tier 6, if I'm going to be honest. It has 400 damage per shot, which alone is crazy. I mean, 400 damage per shot in tier 8 is considered a decent amount. Down in tier 6, that's a big old chunker. Not only does it have good damage per shot, but it's also, well, got decent DPM, actually. We can see it's got about 1530 DPM. I mean, obviously, heavies with 200 alpha are sitting more at like 17 to 1800 damage per minute, but it's not that much of a DPM difference for literally double the damage per shot of the average tank you're fighting. And when you pair that with 8 degrees of gun depression, solid mobility, and a lot of hit points, as I always like to call it, the KV-1S is a medium tank with a 400 alpha gun at tier 6, which is kind of insane. And it only features a bit less DPM than vehicles like a T-34-2 and T-34-3 at tier 8. So, yeah, let's just get into some gameplay and see what the KV-1S can do. Alright, finally we are in battle. It took a bit longer than I expected it to, but to be fair, I haven't played any battles in this tank yet. Usually the game tries to throw you in matches where you are up against equal-tiered opponents when you haven't played any games yet, so that kind of makes sense. Now, Middleburg is normally a pretty mediocre map for heavies, but as I said, the KV-1S is basically a medium, and that's kind of what makes it so busted. So we can see here, I mean, I'm literally chilling at 40 kilometers per hour uphill, which is kind of crazy when you think about it. Yeah, this tank is very fast, and with 8 degrees of gun depression, it's also very flexible. So we are going to head right over to the mediums. I don't know if the enemies are all going to be going up. They have, obviously, 4 heavies, and you never know what they're going to do. So we're gonna speed on through here. Aha! I knew it! Hello, Mr. Chinu. You are about to be rushed at 40 kilometers per hour by a gun that can literally do half your health in a single shot. I don't think that's... Ooh, you know what? Yeah, there you go. 386 shot into the Fury. I think you can start to see why the alpha damage on this vehicle is a little stupid at tier 6. I mean, again, you're literally featuring a 120 millimeter on this tank. So there you go, 2 shots into the Fury. That was a full health tank a moment ago. He now has 140 health. I mean, that's ridiculous. So we're going to reload. Oh, we got an AFK KV. And with Refined Gun, we should actually have the opportunity to get a fairly aimed-in shot. There you go. However, the base cap is a serious problem, and there has to be more than one tank in it. Most likely 2 or even 3 tanks. I think it's just 2, though. Either way, we're going to aim in on the... Thank God. Okay, we're good. We're good. I panicked there for a moment. That base cap went up a lot higher than I thought it would. I don't understand why it went up that fast. Huh? Classic Ouija moment, allowing the base cap to just skyrocket quickly up. But I could care less about the T-14. We're going to aim it on the Semovente M41. Nice 400 damage shot, bringing what was a full health tier 5 to 160 in a matter of seconds. Again, the gun on this vehicle is just, it's busted. It really is. I mean, what are you supposed to do to counter this thing when it does this? 429. Just like that, we did 2,500 damage. Almost lost. And yes, I will admit it was my fault for being a little bit damage hungry. I could have pushed into the base instead of shooting the KV-1S. But honestly, I just didn't think the base cap was going to be that big of a problem until I saw it hit 100 on the cap. Thankfully, our teammate managed to step into the base at the same time, and I managed to shoot the T-14, resetting it. So it was a little lucky in the end there, but I just did not expect the base cap to be going up that fast. Either way, 2,600 damage dealt in our first battle, and I think that really showcases where the KV-1S is just a busted tank. Like, if you want a vehicle, let's say you're some cringe player who wants to really abuse the low tier games and win every battle you're playing, this is definitely a tank you can do that in. I think the KV-1S is easily one of the most overpowered tanks tier for tier in the game. Okay, we are now on mines, which normally for a Soviet style heavy is mid, because you feature only 6 degrees of gun depression with an IS-4 or IS-7. But in a KV-1S with 8 degrees, we can work this hill with no problem. We actually have a Thunder on our team, which is the slower, more armored variant of the KV-1S. The problem with the Thunder is that it has a lot less DPM, and that's where I kind of like this vehicle more. The Thunder's got, I think, like maybe 100, 200 less damage per minute, and if you're running gun rammer on this tank, it's even a bigger difference, so yeah, that's why. Well, we're not able to hit the spike, but we do have the Sherman. I'm actually surprised we couldn't pen him with HE there. You know, the tier 6 Fury and Easy 8, easy high explosive pen right there. But this tank, actually not the case. Rather surprising. Alright, well, let's just reload. We just saw our teammate get shot for 400, which sucks, but obviously it's not... Oh, accuracy moment. Oh well, we're just gonna back up, and I don't know why our Sherman Firefly is oblivious. Ooh, we got the Frosty Jingle Bell on our sides. I don't love this current position we're in, I'll be completely real. Come on, ARL, poke it, you goober. I mean, we got the Frosty as well. Oh, there is the ARL. He's close to poking it, but not yet. Well, we also got the BDR G1B. He gets shot for a pretty decent chunk, but yeah, there you go. 2-to-1 trade on that ARL. I mean, again, that's just huge. The fact that you can literally out-trade somebody that much at this tier. And it's not like armor is really a problem for this vehicle, because you cut right through the enemy armor with very little effort, so... yeah, that part of this tank is just a little stupid. Easy shot into the enemy spike. I was hoping we could get the whole 350 health he had, but unfortunately, he got shot right before we could get it out. Now, we are going to reload, and we're going to aim in on the ARL really quickly. We're going to load in a high explosive, and we're going to get rammed by our teammate. Yep, that unfortunately lost us almost all of our health. Thank you. We definitely would have been able to get back and cover if he didn't ram me. But it's not that big of a deal, because the SU-100 in general should be a pretty easy shot to hit. And you know what? We got it out. I'm happy. I'm happy with that. I didn't actually see the Peter, but we still got our shell out, so it's not too big of a deal, and we're going to end up winning anyway, so a win. And there you go, just like that, we get a pretty solid win. So overall, the KV-1S is a really fun vehicle. As I said, the armor's not great, and you saw that with the SU-100 shooting at us there, but we did fine. 1,800 damage for a tier 6 battle is more than enough, and still places us by quite a bit at top of the team. So yeah, I really can't get all too mad. The camo looks sick, the tank's really fun to play, it's an absolute beast. If you really want to as well, you can basically make it a premium by turning it into a permanently enriched tank, but it will cost you about 5,300 gold. I just really enjoy this tank, so that's really all I can say. Hopefully you enjoyed today's video. If you'd like to see more like it, please consider smashing that subscribe button down below, and I'll see you all in the next one. Bye-bye.